Dear friends, welcome back to BioZ classes. In today's session, we are going to discuss about pregnancy and embryonic development. Let us first of all understand what do we mean by pregnancy. So here pregnancy refers to the day from the last menstrual cycle. From that day till the birth of the baby. So that is what we call it to as the pregnancy, which occurs in the female reproductive system. So pregnancy can also be referred to as, dear friends, gestation. So let me tell you that here it is one of the important conditions where we can find the development of embryo or the fetus inside the womb of mother. As you can observe here, dear friends, so the baby, in fact the developing baby, we say generally as the fetus, in the womb of the mother, it would develop during the, in fact, pregnancy period. Dear friends, let me tell you the confirmation of pregnancy. Pregnancy, if it is confirmed, then we call that as conception, or we can also refer that to as to conceive, or conceived person who has been confirmed with pregnancy is called as the conceived woman, in fact. So remember, dear friends, so these are few important definitions which you need to remember. Further moving ahead, let me tell you that in case of human beings, pregnancy period is approximately around 9 months and approximately around 3 days. So in days, if you put across, it is just approximate 273 days, dear friends. So in general, in most of the women, we can observe the pregnancy period of 9 months and 3 days or 273 days. So during this period, there is high levels of hormones which are secreted in the female, in fact, reproductive tract, and also in fact from the uterus. So what are those important hormones, dear friends? Let me tell you. Firstly, you need to remember progesterone, followed by progesterone. Even there are so many other hormones, like for example estrogen. To even go with, we also have one more hormone called cortisol. So prolactin hormone is also very much secreted during the pregnancy. And even, dear friends, thyroxine, like this, these are few hormones which you can remember. So like this, many hormones are secreted, in fact, in the during the pregnancy period, dear friends. So the levels are higher, much levels are higher in maternal blood, that is in the mother's blood. We can find much higher amounts of these in fact hormones, that is progesterone, estrogen, as I said you, prolactin, thyroxine, or whatever it is. Okay, so remember these hormones. So dear friends, let me tell you, so after implantation, so now the further embryo will develop after the process of the process where, as I said you before, the blastocyst get embedded in the endometrial lining of uterus. After that is what we call implantation. After that, the embryo will develop 4 fetal membranes, dear friends. Let us discuss about that. So we can also call that 4 fetal membranes as extra embryonic membranes. So the first membrane which is formed after implantation is generally, we have here yolk sac. See, we have here yolk sac. So this, let me tell you, it is generally non-functional, and in fact it gets modified into umbilical cord. It forms actual umbilical cord if it has to form, the modification of yolk sac is very much necessary, dear friends. So remember, this is the first embryonic membrane, extra embryonic we can say, and then or you can also refer it to as the fetal membrane. So then we have allantois. So here second membrane is allantois. So then where do we find this membrane? So in fact it is vascularized. So what do you mean by vascularized? It means to state that the tissue has blood vessels. Rather simple. That is why we call that as what? Vascularized. So fine, dear friends. So this allantois is vascularized. It is functional. It is just present inside the umbilical cord. Inside the umbilical cord with the blood vessels we can find extra embryonic membrane. We call that as allantois, as I said you before. So thirdly, we have here in this diagram we just observe amnion. So dear friends, let me tell you that it is much smaller when compared to the other membranes. It is thin also, and to go with that, let me tell you, this membrane surrounds the embryo. So you can say that this embryo is surrounded by the amnion. Developing embryo rather is surrounded by amnion, dear friends. Friends, let me tell you that just in fact inside this amnion we can find amniotic fluid, which is important for so many important processes. Firstly, it helps in nourishment. It is important for lubrication of embryo and also to absorb the shocks. The amniotic fluid is important, dear friends. See, here we find the amniotic fluid here in this region surrounding the developing embryo, surrounding the fetus. So this is about the amnion. Then finally we have one more layer, that is we call it to as the chorion. So then what do we mean by chorion, dear friends? Chorion, let me tell you, is the outermost layer. Outermost layer here you can find. This is the layer which you can find here. Alright. So this chorion is in fact the outermost layer which surrounds the fetus. Okay. So let me tell you that it forms many, I have already told you about villi. So it forms many microscopic finger-like projections called, generally we refer that to as chorionic villi, because it is derived from chorion, the outermost layer, dear friends. So further, let me tell you that, so the chorionic villi is in fact very important for attachment of, as I said you before, the blastocyst to the endometrial lining. So it also has lots of blood supply in it, and more importantly, it is important for deriving the nutrition. So nutritional absorption, it is very important. So these are few important aspects pertaining to the extra embryonic membranes or the fetal membranes.